Okay, well, welcome back. We're going to be playing some good old Minecraft, but today we're going to be reviewing a particular mod. This mod is the Better Portals mod. Now, first off, of course, we got to go ahead and make a world. So, if you're going to be using this mod, okay, you want to use a particular world type. Now, I don't know about you, but when I go ahead and make my worlds, I go ahead and I play them using a particular custom preset. Now, that's not the right way to go. No. Go back. Come on. There you go. The way I go about doing things is I go ahead, go to presets on the custom ones, and I go to drought. And the reason why is because you get nice high islands, sort of like mountains, but on the top of the mountains you get trees, which makes nice picturesque locations to build portals. Now, when it comes to naming conventions, I always prefer to name mine after the date that we're making the video. However, I don't really want to use that date. And I also don't want to use the silly old system that Europeans use. No. Instead, I will be using... First off, you have to type the age. Oh, make sure you capitalize that. There you go. And then, after you write the age, the year. And then after the year, you've got to write the month. And then after the month, please write the date. Come on, write it. Wait, are you not going to write it? Hello? There you go. Okay, and then maybe if you want you could write the date, but I'm not going to do that. So then after that you can go ahead and create the world. Well, once this finally loads in, eventually, we will be messing around with things, of course. Come on, load in. Load in already! Please. There we go. Oh, the trees are being plopped into the world. Everything looks generally nice. Oh, things are working out, I hope. Okay, well, eventually I'm going to probably hit my E button and open up my inventory. Yeah, let's see. Let's open up my inventory. Oh, wait, no, before I do that, I gotta give myself a firework, because for some reason I can't find it in the creative inventory, even when I search it up. So we'll just use firework, and just do the tab menu until I finally get to the fireworks thing, give myself probably one of them. And then there we go, I got one. Okay. Now, let's see, where am I going to go with this later? I'm probably going to give myself elytra wings, so that way I can fly around a bit quicker. Let's see, some obsidian, of course. You can't have nether portals without obsidian. No. What else do we need? Oh, we're going to need some flint and steel. It's weird how they have never changed the texture for flint and steel. It does look peculiar. I've always thought it's looked very odd, even when I was playing in alpha. Oh, those good old days. I don't play Minecraft too often, but when I do, I always think back to how long ago I was first introduced to this game. So I very much like this landscape. You see all these nice sort of mountainous terrain that you get with trees on the top of them? Now, that's only because we're using the drought preset here. Oh, those are some cows. Cows are cool. Now, see all that sand there? It's supposed to look like as if the oceans have been receded. And I think I've lost my flight. Oh, there we go. Now we're flying again. Alright. So, I think I'm going to go find a little area for us to do the first little demonstration. Oh, this one looks good. Oh, I think I missed my jump. Okay. Now I'm going to start building a portal. Okay, let's get some of that sand out of the way. Okay, ooh, 50 frames. 28, okay. 27, 23, 21. I think this is good. I do have the window size quite small. In fact, you can kind of see the green outline on the very edge of the video if you look carefully enough from me not actually setting the constraints on the recording very well. However, once you've actually created your portal, you can just make a standard issue portal, Go ahead. And I just gotta place the top bits. Make sure you make it nice and square, because this is Minecraft. Why in the world would you not make things square? Okay, I just gotta light it. Wait for... There we go. Okay, let's go off and wait for that to cook a little bit. We'll come back to it, I'm sure. Okay. Yep, you're flying. Good for you. Oh, yeah, there we go. It's been cooked. I think it's done. So, as you can see, the nether portal is deluxe. it looks as though you can see right into the nether, and you can, except my frame rates are absolutely suffering right now. That is not good. It does tend to look a bit better, I find, if you turn the particles off, because then it looks picturesque into like a nice little oasis. And there we go. You can see right into the overworld, and yeah, I am having some terrible frame rate issues. I think I'll fix that very soon. But you can see you're looking right into the overworld, and wow, it looks pretty cool. But you are in the nether right now. As you can see, terrain generation is perfectly normal, and well, this is the nether. Not really much else, but you know, just hellish landscape of this terribly looking netherrack, which they've never seemed to make look better. And of course, fires that never cease. Okay, let's finally change the chunks, because I am loading way too many chunks in. There we go, much better. Okay, just wait for everything to load in. There we go. And the frame rate should be much better after this. Oh, there we go, 36 frames per second. Much better than the absurd 8 frames we were getting. So, let's go ahead and demonstrate this. So you can make a portal on the floor with this particular mod. It is actually kind of interesting though. So, you can make like a portal one by one on the ground as well, like standing up, but you can't really go through it, so it's not much point because this is 1.12, so you can't crawl, unfortunately. So let's just wait for that to cook, and well, just bathe in the smoke. Oh, there we go. The portal's been made. Oh, so as you can see, it does generate a bit of a hole for you to fall into if you made your portal deep underground. Alright, let's fly back through this. Alright. And we can go ahead and go underneath it to go inside of it. And just break those there really quick here. Make a little pathway. And there you go. You can see into the ceiling. Oh, shoot. Yep, I'm having some issues here. Not quite sure what causes this precisely. I did find an improvement after I allocated more RAM to the game, because it seemed to be running out. I'm not exactly sure how it goes about loading in those chunks from the overworld to here, because they are live updating chunks, and you can change them. You can shoot things through the portal, you can drop pieces of TNT through the portal. Yeah, you can do tons of things. And there is no portal block in the game now. The mod actually removes it entirely, which is very interesting, because if you try and summon one in, it's not there, which is peculiar. Because I wanted to make one without any obsidian, but I can't find the Minecraft ID for it. I googled it and I pasted it in, and it's just not there. As you can see, it also makes a nice little pathway for you. And it does look quite cool. If you just look through there, yeah, there you go. It's got a little pathway. It usually does that, especially for overhangs and other stuff. So we're going to fly around and find a... What am I doing right now? Oh yes, I'm demonstrating the portal gun one. I think I do a bit of testing, and I find that they don't work at all, because they do zoom in, which was nice, because this is 1.12 without Optifine on, and I could not for the life of me get Optifine to load correctly with Forge for some reason. I tried everything, it would not work. I don't know why that was precisely, but oh well. But I was trying to demonstrate how it really glitches the game out with this particular version of the mod. I had to use on the very first version because it was crashing Forge constantly with the newer ones. I don't know why that was. I tried several different versions and I said, you know, I guess I'll have to use number 1, and that one actually ended up working, so that's good. So I have a video for that. But now that I've realized that the portal guns not only don't glitch, they just simply don't work at all now, that's lovely. So, I believe I am flying around right now to demonstrate one last thing that's very interesting about this mod, is that you can make extremely large portals. Of course, this portal I'm going to make is no different from how other portals you can make in the game already. However, with the mod and how it renders things, it makes a very interesting, almost picturesque type like frame. Kind of looks like it's a painting because it's so different. Okay, I'm just going to build the portal real quick here. If you really want, you could fast forward through this, but then you won't have me tell you about a story. Okay, so here's my story for y'all. Once upon a time when I was a young little lad, I was at a summer camp. And at this summer camp we had something known as cabin cleanup. We had a little competition where you cleaned up your cabin, and I was with this younger group of campers. And what I would go ahead and do is you would have to clean up, and I was with a generally not so great group of cleaners. That's okay, because I had a plan. You know what? You don't need to win the game, you just need to beat everyone else. And so I figured if no one else could clean, then we would win by default. So naturally, I broke nearly every single rule in the camp that particular thing, organized a group of kids in order to create Operation Zebra. Operation Zebra was to steal every single broom in the entire camp. I'm talking in every cabin, the mess hall, the Johns, and, well, everything. Oh, there we go. The portal's there. I didn't even get trouble for that, but they did find that we put all the brooms underneath our beds, so there was that. Yeah. If I remember correctly, some older camper busted in through the door and was like, "Alright, where's the brooms, juniors?" And they noticed that one of the beds was slightly blumpier than the rest, and they're like, "Oh, they're under the beds," and flipped over like nearly every single bed. And we had probably 30 brooms in that cabin. Good times. Now, but back to the game here. So, I inevitably fail at this bit right here. See, I try to zoom in to use Optifine. Unfortunately, that just breaks things, so I put it back in my inventory and pretend it never happened. Now, this is very cool. It's nice and picturesque. You can fly through it. Except for some reason it breaks right here. I find the more portals you have, or I guess, yeah, basically the more particles and other things that are going on next to them, the more likely they are to break. And I do a little experimentation here to show that sometimes, though, when this happens, especially for ground portals, you can't actually go through them. However, here you can fly through this one, and yes, the ground's invisible, but as soon as you update any of the chunks, they will load in. So I mess around a little bit, just going about trying to load in everything I can find, hopefully thinking that it will eventually load in everything else. But it doesn't, so then eventually, I'm not sure when I'll realize this here in the video. There we go, I realized it. I just decided if I change my chunk distance, and let's put it 11, there we go. It does load everything in. So that's the way to fix that graphical glitch. But once that's done, I demonstrate something kind of disorienting almost. Just get to the right level, and you can just sort of, go back and forth in your ASW and fly around. You're in the overworld, and now you're in the Nether. There you go. That's kind of cool, and I think that's one of my favorite things about this mod. It's just, if things are loading in properly, the lag from going from the Nether to the overworld is almost none. I think that's due to the fact that it is loading in the chunks partially beforehand, so when you cross, the chunks are already loaded in. Which does mean it is a bit laggy if you're too far away from other portals. So this is getting to the close of the video here. Yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this particular review of the mod. It is a very cool mod. I will be putting it in the description below for you to all check out. Yeah, and so I guess in my little area of nothingness, I will say goodbye to you all, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Auf Wiedersehen.